What's up, Taurus? Just getting ready to do an energy read for you. I started this little series a couple days ago. I was actually did the first 3 or 4 videos from my bed. um, Something that I hadn't probably mentioned in previous videos is that I do suffer from uh, polycystic kidney disease, and so I have my good days and my bad, and so that was a not so good day. And I just felt like connecting with you guys really is healing for me. And so I went ahead and did, kind of a random type of reading. So I'm going with that same format. It's just a few oracle cards, and I feel like Spirit's really going to get the message out that they want us to receive. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and take a Soul's Journey card to start out with and go from there. So, Spirit, what do we have for Taurus today? What do we have for Taurus? What messages do we have for Taurus? And wow, we get happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. So to me, that's really about trusting your intuition. And, if you're really in line with your intuition and trusting your intuition, if it feels good, then it means you're doing it right, kind of thing. um, okay, so let's get an empath card for Taurus. Spirit, what do we have for Taurus? At the same point, if it doesn't feel right, then doesn't feel good, then it's not good. What do we have for Taurus? And we get stuck. So you may have been feeling stuck, and especially in the pursuit of happiness. And I feel like it could be about not knowing what's going to make you happy and feeling like no matter what you do, it's not making you happy. So let's see what the book has to say about this stuck. Number 56. Okay. It says, in the merry-go-round of life, the moments that seem never-ending are preparing my soul for its greatness. Stuck in an endless array of negative emotions, a cycle of problems that may or may not be of your own making can all quickly stop your journey forward dead in its tracks. Round and round it goes, where it stops nobody knows. An old nursery rhyme sung on many playgrounds. This is the perfect analogy of how the feelings and thoughts are sometimes experienced. Before you realize it, you are adding your own energies of thinking and feeling into this mix of a whirling dizziness, all the while trying to stop the cycle. The more you worry, the more it seems that the answers will never be found, and the farther you find yourself on the edge where the force of the spin is the strongest. Others may make suggestions telling you to just suck it up, that you are just too sensitive and you need to get a thicker skin. Still, the merry-go-round of never-ending dark feelings continues as you realize that no one seems to truly understand. You have tried to be stronger, you've tried to make choices for yourself, but that pathway to stillness evades you. Due to your sensitivities of all the energetic experiences of life, you must remember the stillness resides in the center. It is true the center spins faster, but when you can find that center, the forces of the outer edge have less effect on your system. As a child, when you tried to hold on to the edge of the merry-go-round, you experienced much delight as you were thrown off. Giggling, you would find the courage once again to grab hold and hang on with all your might. It is as if the childlike innocence within had no worry or concern. As an adult, it is obvious that the responsibilities of life and all the energies involved quickly make innocence disappear. Deep inside, your spirit craves a new knowing of what you have lost in this grown-up world. In the center, it can still be found. Do this for the moments of feeling stuck. Become the best you can. Find a space free from the intrusions of the outside world, a playground of your own making. Dig deep within to the core of your inner being. Feel the power of the spin and let its light throw off all the heavy intrusions of the outside world. And when the answer presents itself, jump off the merry-go-round and begin to play again. Wow, that was a long one, but it was very poignant. And I feel like, they're really drawing in, like, I feel like a lot of cards. Even, everything is like about the center, right? And this is really telling you that, you're stuck maybe because you're not centered. You're not getting into that center of yourself. And also talking about happiness, it's like, bringing about that untainted spirit that you had as a child. Like, when they talk about your inner child, it can be a little bit separate. That might be a little bit more, psychologically complex. But going back to, doing things just for the fun of it, right? Oh, wow. So that was a really poignant message for Taurus. Let's see what else we get. What messages do we have for Taurus? Okay, so we get the King of Earth. And this is you. So, a successful time, confidently accept opportunities you're offered, the Midas touch. So, this is like really, talking about, but this is a very responsible person, very supportive, stable. And so, it's funny that you would get this card because I feel like not that the King of Earth, which is like the King of Pentacles, is not happy, but I feel like it's a little bit about, getting down to business, making sure, everyone is taken care of, supported, that definite masculine energy of like, go get it, confidence. What does it say on here? It says generous, professional, responsible, practical. So I feel like that's kind of letting you know that there's almost like a polarity here and you're stuck in the middle, right? So it's about incorporating both of those energies together in order to get unstuck. And that's what I'm getting there. Let's get another card for Taurus. Wow, beautiful. We get wishing well. So it's like this is really saying that the time is now. It's time for you to manifest what you've desired. It's like it's just you have it within you. It's just a thought away. But the other part of that is kind of casting your coin into the well, making the wish, and then walking away and not sitting around waiting going, okay, when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? It's really trusting in the fact that your wishes will come true. Well, let's see what the book has to say. It's something, I don't think I've gotten this card before, but maybe I have. Desire is the sacred impulse for life. Feel it, but let go of all attachment to ownership. Right. So basically it's saying, cast your cares or, your desires onto the divine and say, this is what I'm wishing for. But they may choose to present it to you not the way that you thought. And so if you're sitting there waiting for your wish to just show up, I wished for a little red Corvette. Where's my little red Corvette? Not to mention that you may not get a little red Corvette. You may get, a black Porsche. Whatever. I mean, I'm just saying that it is your wish, but there's reasons behind them altering it to present, for the universe to present it to you differently sometimes, and in order to then take you down a different path. They use your own wishes in order to determine your path. You're always, if you're in tune with your intuition, you're always going to be guided to your best path, but it's not always what you expect either. What else does it say here? I just lost the page again. Desire is the most important impulse for creating life. Now you're seeing the relationship between desire and inspiration and sensing that moment of truth when you feel the inception of new life. It is an aha moment when everything makes sense. Perhaps you recognize a soulmate or are conceiving a baby or an idea. The wishing well card awakens you to the presence of unseen forces that enable new beginnings. Divine intelligence activates the field of possibilities where new life is co-created in a magical way. Neither you nor anyone else can know how or why this happens. It just does. To that end, you can't control the process of growth. Rather, you must step aside to be a channel for higher forces and relinquish any attachment to how this new creation should appear or when. Form your intention and take action by dropping the coin into the wishing well. Then trust in spirit. Prepare to be amazed. So that's the other thing, is that spirit can tend to, your wish is for the finish line and they will take you way beyond. I mean, that's really apparent. And sometimes you don't necessarily see it as such. Sometimes you have to look back and kind of take stock of how your path has gone and go, wow, I really thought that I was defeated at this point, but man, they brought me around, and look at what's become of that. The message in the book also talked about growth, and definitely feel that goes in line with this King of Earth energy. And, the King of Earth can be very humorous and, and see that laughter is really a big component of achieving happiness, and healing. So I see growth, I see happiness. I feel like you are getting unstuck. You're flipping your coin into the wishing well, and it's all going to bring about that growth and that movement forward that you're feeling right now. And this may not resonate with everybody. I'm sure that it won't, but for those that needed to hear that message, I'm glad you joined. All right, that's the message. Remember that the universe has your back, and so do I. Take care.